Ladies and gentlemen, is this a ridiculous comparison? Maybe. Okay, so as you see here, we have Final Fantasy VII Remake. Again, this will be the fourth one of these comparison videos. And this is just one I'm kind of doing for me. I thought it would be fun. I'm a big PlayStation gamer. I absolutely love the PlayStation Portal. I think it is just a phenomenal device. I think the value of the PlayStation Portal just continues to go up. And, you know, a lot of people do have Nintendo Switch 2s and PS5s. And, you know, maybe they don't have a portal. Or maybe, you know, they want to kind of see what it's like to have a portal. Or, you know, again, hey, a lot of people, there's a lot of people out there that will try to tell you that you can't play AAA games on Portal. You should just play, you know, 2D games, turn-based games, stuff like that. I remote play literally everything, and I have like I mean, there are issues here and there, usually like network-related stuff like that. If you have like hiccups and things like that, and I'll say that first on the PlayStation Portal, you've got to have a really good internal network for the remote play to work really well. And your PS5 should be hardwired to Ethernet. That seems to be like the biggest difference maker for most people, is that hardwired Ethernet, so that you know, the upload of the image to the portal can be like really, you know, kind of fast and seamless and have no kind of issues with the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. So you can see this is this is Final Fantasy VII Remake. It is running in the just the regular performance mode on PS5. It's running on PS5 Pro, but I don't think they ever updated it with any specific Pro mode. So, I mean, really, we probably could have put the graphics mode on. It could have probably looked even better. But right off the bat, you do notice immediately the visual fidelity is considerably better than, I mean, really anything else that we've looked at here. And of course, right, because it's running on a PlayStation 5 and then being streamed over to the Portal. But the Portal is kind of like the accessory that makes your PS5 a Switch-like, you know, in a way. Basically allowing you to kind of untether your PS5 and kind of take it wherever you are in the house and play it handheld. I even play it, you know, on trips and stuff like that, and I've had it work really well. You know, we're regularly up the turnpike here, about 100 or so miles up the road, and I remote play from my PS5s all the time, and it works really great. There's a little bit more latency, obviously, but I wouldn't say so much that it's makes it unplayable or anything like that. So PlayStation Portal, man, there's really a lot of value, and it keeps getting more and more value as time goes on. You know, because number one, it's still that $199 price point, but also because, you know, they keep adding more features. So obviously, they added the PlayStation Plus like game streaming to it, and then now you can also stream your owned games if they are part of that list of 2,800 owned games that you could stream as well. So the Portal, you know, since it came out too, it's just a kind of a totally different landscape. So at the time that it came out, really like the Logitech G Cloud was probably like the closest comparable out there, and that has a 7-inch display, and it's just a straight up game streaming handheld. And I actually had the Logitech G Cloud. I thought it was actually really kind of cool, and I used it for Xbox remote play. I used it for Xbox Game Pass streaming. I used it for PlayStation remote play. So that device was super versatile in that way, but it was also $300, which people thought was just absolutely ridiculous. So when the Portal came out, you know, a lot of those same things was said, like, why would I just want a game streaming device, something that can't play games natively? But, I mean, that's how you can hit that $199 price point. I mean, look at the Nintendo Switch 2, and it's, you know, I don't know if COVID screwed up its release or whatever, but the chip in it was really kind of widely reported that at the time of launch that chip had been done years and years earlier, because it seems like during COVID maybe they kind of kept delaying it. So even all those years later, they still had a hard time getting that price point super low. I think $459, everybody was mad at the time, but I think today's climate, I think that is actually a reasonable price for it. But the PlayStation Portal has not gone up in price at all. It's still $199. The one you're seeing here on the channel is my personal one that I actually bought this on Amazon, a used like new promo, and it was like $120. You can obviously find these on Facebook Marketplace and stuff like that for even cheaper. I mean, you can get them for like dirt cheap on Marketplace, just because a lot of times people will buy them and maybe they can't hardwire their PS5 and that causes issues, or their home network is not any good and that has issues, or maybe they thought that they were going to be able to use it on their Wi-Fi hotspot and it's just not a good experience, stuff like that. So there's so many variables with the PlayStation Portal and with game streaming in general that it makes it like a hard sell for a lot of people, and a lot of people like to just straight up dismiss not just the Portal but game streaming in general, which if you've used GeForce Now at all, like I don't know how you could play GeForce Now, especially on this Ultimate tier, and dismiss game streaming. I mean, it's damn near a native experience at like the highest graphical settings you could possibly have. And I've done a lot of that in the last year. Like the one game that like really stood out to me when I was doing that was like the Indiana Jones game, which even on Xbox Series X it didn't look that good, but the PC version all cranked through GeForce Now looked absolutely phenomenal. Even handheld, I streamed that on the Legion Go 2. It was totally awesome. So all of that to kind of say that the PlayStation Portal, I think, is in a really good place now with game streaming, because you can not only just do remote play from your console and the games that you own and things like that, but since you have to have PlayStation Plus subscription to do the owned game streaming, you also get a huge library of games that you can stream as well. And you could see here, like, this is the benefits of this device, is a really just super sharp, crisp and clean, really high settings, graphical experience. And, even like when we come to the sequels, like Rebirth and stuff like that, I think you're going to have an even bigger difference between, say, the Switch 2 version and, playing it on something like the PlayStation Portal. But I'm a huge advocate of the Portal. I think it's awesome. I'm a big advocate of PlayStation Remote Play. You guys have seen those on the channel. Very first video I ever did was the PX Play video, where you could do PX Play and then use lossless scaling to sort of combine those two to get like 120 FPS and to get like higher like upscaling with the Legion Go, since it is a 1600p display. But none of that kind of stuff you don't have to do here, because it's already a 1080p display. It is 60 hertz. So if you have a PS5 Pro, the kind of promise of that, generally speaking, was like the graphic PS5 settings at 60 frames per second. It doesn't always end up that way, but that's kind of like the idea of the way it was originally pitched, and that's kind of the way that I think about it a lot too. So if you have a PS5 Pro, you're going to get basically that beautiful, well, it's 4K on your TV, so like your 4K 60 image with all your high graphic settings and all that stuff, and then condensed down to the 1080p version of it, streamed right to your Portal. And just look at it. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. The only thing the Portal really lacks, obviously, well, it lacks a lot of stuff. Maybe I need to do another video about that. I think it's a great device, but I think there's a lot of things that they could do better, and hopefully they will be doing better on this rumored PlayStation OLED model that's supposed to be coming pretty soon, maybe. Nobody's really talked about timeframes for it. Most of the leaks have suggested just OLED, 120 hertz, and I've seen a few mentions of PSSR 2.0. And that kind of makes me wonder, like, okay, what would they be using PSSR 2.0 for in a Portal handheld? So are they going to do a higher resolution display? Are they still going to stream it at 1080p and then upscale it? I don't know. So I'm not sure PSSR 2.0 makes sense for a streaming handheld that's still 1080p. I don't know what you would do with it in that regard. Or maybe they have an idea of like, well, we could stream at 720p and then upscale to 1080p, and that's going to make the bar of entry lower for everybody else. I don't know. At the end of the day, we don't really know until they tell us, until they announce it. And that rumored PlayStation Direct that might be happening this week, maybe next week. There's a lot of rumors that PSSR 2.0 update is going to be announced then. So it would be incredible if they announced that OLED Portal during that state of play. But what did I just call it? PlayStation Direct? PlayStation State of Play. It's Nintendo Direct PlayStation State of Play. So just light me up in the comments for that one. Anyway. So I am cautiously optimistic that we will maybe get that OLED Portal this year. I think that would be absolutely sick. But even if not, if you're still on the fence of buying one of these, and like maybe this is a game that you have on PS5, maybe you have a Switch 2, and you're thinking about, okay, like where do I want to buy this game? Where do I want to play this game? I do want to do handheld. Is it worth buying a PlayStation Portal for this? Am I going to get a better experience than if I just buy it on the Switch 2? I think the answer is graphically, absolutely yes. If your network is good and you don't have any issues with any kind of, internal networking problems, remote play. Obviously, if you don't have a Portal yet, easiest way to test that is kind of like load up your phone and just play PlayStation Remote Play on that. Now, it's not going to be one for one, right? Because you're going to be using a different device, different operating system that has a different Wi-Fi chip in it and stuff like that, versus, the Portal. But it can give you an idea of what remote play is going to be like in your environment. So if you're getting just like super low resolution, a lot of like artifacting and stuff like that, then Portal just may not work in your environment, or it could be some other issue. So welcome to game streaming. I think that's probably the biggest reason why people kind of shy away from talking positively about it, because they don't want to be responsible for somebody going out and buying one and being like, this thing sucks, man. You're a liar. You said it was great, and I think it sucks. And yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess. If everybody's experience is going to be different, there's a million different kind of routers out there. There's all kind of different, security settings on the routers are all kind of different. It's just like, it's insanely complicated. But generally speaking, I think they design Portal to run at really low megabits per second. I think at 15 megabits per second is all you need to get the full 1080p 60. So obviously your internal network can handle that just fine, but whether you want to like remote play from outside the house, you are going to need at least 15 megabits upload to be able to kind of stream at that same level of experience. You might get 720p. But now that you have the game streaming and the own game streaming, there's a lot of times when you're away from home now, you might actually get a better experience just doing the game streaming. I have a Arc Raiders Portal video up on the channel where we tested remote play versus the game streaming. And remote play, I was getting like maybe 5 milliseconds of latency, and on the game streaming, I was getting maybe like 15 milliseconds, in that range. So like both of them were super responsive, like very low latency. And, so if you get outside of your home and you're trying to do this from anywhere outside of your home network, the game streaming might actually work better because that latency is still super low on the game streaming. So PlayStation Portal, I think in 2026, I think the value proposition is higher than ever. I mean, just look at this Final Fantasy VII Remake right here running on this. It looks and just it's beautiful. It's super smooth. And the graphics, I mean, these are the best graphics that you're going to get for the game. Even on PC, like I said that in the other videos, there's really just not, they're just like high and low settings. So this was a game that was exclusive to PS5, designed for PS5, so it's going to probably run best on PS5, but I think it's running great on all these platforms. So if you stumbled across this video and all you have is a Nintendo Switch and you're just wanting to see how it runs on Nintendo Switch, it runs great. Now, it is 30 FPS, and I see a lot of you guys in the comments being like, I'd never play 30 FPS, that's garbage, that's junk. This 30 FPS is good. And I think what a lot of people, like, they see a lot of the Digital Foundry videos and stuff, and you just want to kind of dismiss 30 FPS altogether. And I get it, like, the hardcore audience of us, and including me, I want 60 FPS as well. But if you get a well-optimized 30 FPS that is just a straight locked 30, and the frame pacing is just super perfect, and the game just runs like nice and smooth, and you don't have any hiccups, and you don't have any hitching and lagging or anything like that, then I think it is totally playable. Yeah, you might prefer 60, but is this playable? This absolutely is playable at 30 FPS on the Nintendo Switch 2. I would play it on here and not even think twice about it. That's how well optimized this game is on Switch 2. I think they did just an absolutely tremendous job. Now, if I was going to play this right now, would I play it on PS5 or Nintendo Switch 2? I'm going to still play it on PS5 because I love the Portal. I also have these other devices around that I can do remote play from, like the Legion Go 2 or Steam Deck or whatever. Those also provide great experiences. A lot of times I will do my remote play from either the Steam Deck or the Legion Go 2 just for the HDR as well. So that's one thing that the Portal is lacking is HDR. But I think the screen on the Portal is actually really good for your standard like 1080p LCD 60 hertz screen. Colors are very vibrant. You got like a nice contrast ratio on it. When I first got it, I was like, yeah, this thing is great. So I think either way you want to go on this game, you're going to be pretty happy. I mean, a lot of times we do these and I'm like, oh, maybe stay away from the game on this device, or stay away from the game on this device, or definitely play it on this device. But after 4 of these now, I can tell you confidently, if you want to play Final Fantasy VII Remake, you could play it on whatever device that you want to play it on. Doesn't really matter. You're going to get a really good experience. Either way it goes, it's just kind of like choose your own, device to play it on, and it's going to be an excellent experience. Now, I haven't talked too much about the game in this video, so if you just happen to be on this video but you didn't see the other ones, I talked about the game a lot more in those. So if you would like some conversation about the game, you're thinking about buying it, go check out those other videos because I do discuss the game a lot more. I think this is a absolutely phenomenal game. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Really kind of blew me away when I played it a couple of years ago. And I loved it so much, I did something I normally don't do, which is like play on hard mode and get all the trophies and do all the crazy hard mode challenges and all that stuff. That's one other thing I can mention too. So in this video and in the other videos, we use the Head Start mode because I was kind of curious about it. I did actually look that up now. So the Head Start mode basically just gives you like max life, max MP, max materia, everything. Basically, it's almost like a god mode. So yeah, if you're playing this for the first time, if you want to, go ahead. But you really shouldn't if you really want a challenge in the combat. You want to learn the materia system and how deep it all is, and being able to like combine your different characters in different combat scenarios. That the game, it just excels in that, and it is incredibly deep. So I would certainly recommend definitely checking out the regular mode before you use that Head Start mode, because Head Start mode's not really for new players, in my opinion. I'm not really sure why they put it in there, and I've seen some other people online say that you had to beat the game for it to be in effect. Now on the Switch 2, it's just there. So now on my PS5 version, I have beaten the game. I've beaten it a couple times. I platinumed it, so there's really no way to know whether that would be there or not. But on the Switch 2, it's there from the time that you boot it up. So if you're playing it for the first time, just be aware the Head Start is not really the way that you should play it the first time. But if you're maybe not good at games, or if you struggle in combat, stuff like that, you can certainly use that, and you'll just breeze right through the game, no problem. But again, the combat, I really love this combat. It's like action. It's kind of like action turn-based, but doesn't stop time. It kind of slows down time if you want to. You can kind of sort of slow down the action and pick your spells, like your healing spells, or your lightning spells, or your fire, or your ice, or whatever. So super cool combat, a whole lot of fun. Absolutely love all of the characters, the voice acting. The music is top tier. I think after I played this, I listened to that soundtrack while I was at my day job, because I just have like a computer desk job. I just listened to it like all day, every day for like months on end. I was just like obsessed with the music. It's so good in this game. So as we kind of come to the end of the video, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end and haven't hit that like button yet, please do that. If this is your first time here and you're not subscribed to the channel and you're still watching, hey, please go ahead and subscribe as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. We've got lots more stuff coming on the channel. If there's anything specific you would like to see on the channel, drop me a comment down below. I'm always eager to hear what you guys want to see, so I can sort of tailor the content around you guys. And the next video that will go up after this one is going to be on Friday. That is our weekly handheld gaming news show podcast type deal. So I super hope that you will give that a watch and listen on Friday. We cover all the news going on in the handheld gaming world, and just video games in general. And it's a chance to kind of talk to you guys, get a little bit more personal with me and with you. We get to talk about the games that I'm playing, and I'm playing a couple of really good ones right now. So I'm really excited to talk to you about one of them in particular, a little indie game that sort of has captured my imagination and pulled me away from The Witcher 3, which is kind of crazy with how good The Witcher 3 has been so far. So, hey, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one.